you how to play What I'd Say, What'd I Say by Ray Charles. If you want the letter notes for that, go to LetterNotePlayer.com. I have them there for you. Let's start with the basic framework of the song. Ray Charles is doing a 12-bar blues framework in the key of E. So he's going to have 4 bars of E. And then he's going to have 2 bars of A, 2 bars of E, 1 bar of B, 1 bar or measure of A, and then 2 bars of E. So that's the basic framework. Then what he does is he turns it into a 7th. See, here's your 7th. There's your 7th chord right there. So by throwing that B, D, E in, and then he does the same thing on A. Back to the E. Then does the same thing with B. Here's your B7. Here's your B7. Back to A. So you've got that. That's your framework for the piece. So your right hand is just going to have that same thing repeated. But he starts it off way down here. Everybody can do that. If you just spend a little bit of time, you can play that blues line that he just introduced in the key of E, and then he goes into a harmony. So what he's going to do there is he's going to play the E and the G sharp to a B, D, E. So he plays that E and G sharp twice. Then D, B, D, E, E and G sharp, B, D, E. So it'll be. Now he puts an extra E and G sharp at the end of that, just as a filler. In the left hand, all you're going to do is E and B. Then for the A, we're going to go A and E, but in the right hand, you're going to have C sharp and G. So you've got that A is that 7th chord right there, and you're going to go C sharp and E and G. And you're going to go C sharp twice, C sharp and G. Do this C sharp and E, back to the C sharp and G. And then you're back to the E. Now see, he's got that 7th in there with the D. Now for the B, he's going to go up to the D sharp and the B, add the 7th back to the D sharp and the B, and we'll have the F sharp in the left hand. So there's what you've got the format there. And you can put as many of those in there as you want. Or you can put as few in it as you want. But what I play there is, I'll go very slowly so you can see it. Now when you hit this A, he throws in a few extra notes. He throws in a little triplet there starting on G, but all I do is I do a triplet B, D, E. Gets the same essence that he plays, and it's not quite as hard as what he plays. He just comes down, then he comes down the E minor triad with the A, G, E, Actually, he's staying in that A7 sound, but okay, and then he goes to the E, and then to the B. So then he comes down here and does a B, A sharp, A, G sharp, and then we've got. Now, if you accidentally hit D sharp and B, that's okay. So either one of those will work. Now he actually varies it just a little bit. He alternates with another little thing where he does a little thing down there. I don't do that. I do the same thing every time. So let's start it off and you can see how it fits. He starts the variations. Now what he's doing there is going D sharp, E, and then he just repeats that E. And he hits an E down here at the same time. Then he hits it one more time on the bass. So the pattern is da 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 da. So he's coming down E, D, B, A, G, E, and we're headed for the A. So now I'll slow it down. Then we go right into the A. Now this time, he's going to come in with a triplet. So the only way I can do it is I've got to play this F sharp with my left hand and then play the G sharp with my right hand and hit that E. And he's going to do that 5 times, and the 5th time he'll hold that E. He'll hold that E and then he'll go on and do it about 3 more times. So he does it 3 times, and on the 4th time he walks it down. Right into that A. So it'll sound like this. Now here he does a right hand only. What he's doing there is just doing an E minor triad, E, G, and B. So there's the rhythm. And he alters. Well, he alters the rhythm and just a little bit, and you've just got to match the rhythm that he plays. He goes. Actually, yeah, he does that 3 of them. And then he goes right there. He has an E, D, E. So we come out of this and then right into. And then we're back to the A. Thing where he starts off with the bass, and he comes up to a G, B, and tops it off with D, D, E, A, G, E. Now the only way I can play that and get it even is I got to alternate hands. I got that left hand, right hand, left hand, right, and then the left hand has to come in with that A, and the right hand has to come back up here on the C sharp. So it'll sound like this. Now, if you try to do it all with the hand, unless your left hand's really good, it'll get tired. And then this is awkward. So you got it fits better with the right hand. For me. Do it however you want to. If you can play it all with your left hand, go for it. It's a left hand piece right there. Starts off with the singing. And then he goes, hey mama, don't you treat me wrong. Love your daddy all night long. So he goes. So those are the notes he sings right there. And he plays an E7. But I'm voicing it right there, B, D, E, G sharp, right there. So, and then here, we just play the E. You can get the 7th in there, but you don't need it because you just had it right there. And then we're right into the A. Back to the E. Up to the B. You see the girl with the diamond ring. She knows how to shake that thing. And then we're back to the A. And then we've got, well, here's your, tell your mama. So he does E7 on all of these. And there's a little pause there. Tell your mama. Pause. Tell your pa. You're going to send you back to Arkansas if you don't do right. So that all through there, you can, you know, he has little quips there. Hey, hey, do right. If you don't do right, he's got little quips in there that he says him. And if you've got somebody that's singing along with you, they can just throw that in. And then we go right into when you see me in misery. When you see me in misery, come on, baby, see about me. So when you see me in misery, come on, baby, see about me. And he goes. So those notes are E and G, and then when you go up, E, G, A, G, B, B, A, G, E, D, back to the A. So you can see, if you can master that little bit there like this. If you can master the introduction, and then if you can get this down. You can play pretty much this whole piece until he switches into what I say right there, and then it changes just a little bit. So we've got that. When you see me in misery. He does that, can you see me in misery, come on baby, see about me. He fills out the blues line, and then he goes into a little reprise where he goes back to what he did right at the beginning. So he comes out of this, goes right into, does that again, and goes right. Like an interlude, and then he follows that up with. if you see me in misery. And this time he has See That Girl with the Red Dress On. She can do the Birdland all night long. Now watch here. So he doesn't ever finish that off. He goes right in. He's going to go right into What I Say. So after his little reprise of, after that interlude, he goes into When You See Me in Misery. Then he does the blues line, and then he comes back to See the Girl with the Red Dress On. And then he comes out of that, and you hit this E, E, and then he goes right into. Now what they do at the first, the backups are going. See what I say. Now he adds some extra notes in there because he gets all kinds of things. So all you're going to do is E, G. And then you go to an E, G sharp for the backup. Fits with the chords. When he's doing that E, you're in the key of E. And all you're doing in the bass, you're just going to have that one lead. Hit the B, hit the E again. Then hit the A. Back to the E. To the B. I want to know. So they change the rhythm. They go, so they get an extra note in there. And then there's a pause. He talks on the recording. He talks, and they say, "What? What's that? What's that?" And they go back and forth, and then okay, one more time, and then he starts off with, and they echo. So that's just an E, E, D, B, E. Do it again. He comes in. Another pause, comes right back in with. Now he does something here, he goes, huh, and they go in with, huh, they follow him. You can't quite duplicate that vocalization. Whoops, you can't quite duplicate that vocalization on the keyboard, so. Then he comes in with the G. It's a C sharp. Another pause, and this time we come in with a little arpeggio. E up the chord. He just goes up the chord. Da, hey, and and he goes up there, and then they duplicate it. If you can't do that with your left hand, play it with your right hand. You got the time. He does that again. And he hits that G and holds it. Hits an E, so he kind of does a little pause there, and he hits a vocal way up there, and then he comes out. So it's like they're going to do it one more time. Hits that E again. It's a B, A, and it comes out of it with, so you get D, da. And here's your little tag. So he goes da, 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 da. He ends up down here. I play with both hands. I go, and then the backups follow it. With the E, G sharp, A, E, G sharp. There you have it. Ray Charles, What'd I Say? 12-bar blues in a key of E. Hope you enjoy it.